Lieutenant General Louis Burwell Chesty Puller requires no introduction to an audience of Marines. Army partisans may quibble whether the greatest soldier was George Washington, Ulysses Grant, Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, John Pershing, Douglas MacArthur, George Marshall, George Patton, Audie Murphy, or any of a host of other possible candidates. Navy and Air Force enthusiasts would face the same dilemma in identifying a preeminent leader. But there is absolutely no doubt that Puller is the mythological hero of the Corps, the very icon of the entire institution. His larger-than-life image is etched indelibly in every Marine almost from the first day at boot camp or officer candidate school. His stern, leathery, square-jawed visage stares down from the bulkhead in every building throughout the Corps. Countless times every day his name is invoked, like a magical incantation, by officers and non-commissioned officers, NCOs, in every conceivable setting and for every purpose under the sun. His pithy words, daring deeds, and colorful mannerisms are ingrained into the culture of the organization. I thus thought more than twice when I approached the idea of a biography of Chesty. There was, first and foremost, the daunting challenge of trying objectively to examine the deeds of an institutional idol. Anything less than hero worship might be viewed as heresy by some leathernecks, while others might sneer at anything short of a revisionist reappraisal full of warts as a mere whitewash. A second deterrent was the paltry prospect of turning up new and revealing sources of information on a man who once boasted that his pockets constituted his entire filing system. In a career that spanned nearly 4 decades, Puller had a well-deserved reputation for writing little and saving even less. Documentation of his personal life, especially for his early years, was likely to be even more elusive a quarry. Finally, and perhaps most compelling, there already was strong competition in the form of Burke Davis's lively and widely read account of Puller, published in 1962. Marine is, and always will remain, a classic of leatherneck literature. The better part of valor in such a case would be to move on to an easier subject. A number of factors outweighed those considerations, though, and persuaded me that Chesty would make an excellent subject for a new biography. A major reason was the nature of Davis's existing work. In 1961, official records of the Korean War were classified, and the author did not have access to those important documents. Due to time constraints, he made little use of similar records for earlier wars and campaigns. He also created the biography as a joint venture with his subject, under a contract that gave Puller the right to control the content. Davis realized the potential shortcomings of his work and took pains to point them out in a special author's note. This book is as much a memoir as a biography. General Puller's prodigious memory is often relied upon, and in matters large and small his point of view is taken. Controversial points are not examined from every side, and thus this does not pretend to be an objective history of the many campaigns in which he fought.